Donald Trump is still upset. Obviously, anybody would be upset about the $350 million fraud verdict that was handed down against him on Friday. But he's so upset about it that he is still going on these late night posting binges. So as usual, I don't know if he's just staying up all through the night being pissed off or if he's waking up in a cold sweat pissed off. But either way, Donald Trump is not sleeping well. And he is instead using that time to get on Truth Social and make idiotic claims about what actually happened in the fraud trial. Here is what Donald Trump put out this week. Again, this was another late night post. So I just love to think of him as like he's dead asleep and he jolts up, cold sweat. He's like, "Where's my phone? You bastard, let me, oh, all right, back to sleep." Here's what he said. "I have substantially understated my assets." You know what? I'm going to go ahead and stop right there. Let me explain this clear as day. And I've done it 100 times, and I'll probably have to do it 100 more. You cannot understate your holdings on a bank loan application. Like, there's literally fine print on any bank loan application or any loan application in general that you apply for, saying that these numbers are true and correct to the best of your knowledge, that you're not overstating your assets and you're not understating your assets. And let me tell you why the understatement thing that Trump continues to say he does is also a big deal. It's just as big of a deal as overstating your value. If you understate it, you could qualify for different forms of loans. Like, oh no, I don't have $5 billion. I only have, $500 million. Oh, okay. Well, these are the products then that are for you. Better interest rates over here, maybe lower, maybe some government assistance, probably not for a $500 million loan, but you know what I mean? Like, you can't understate your values just like you can't overstate them. So when he goes out there and says he understated his values, well, wonderful for you. That's literally still a crime, you idiot. Let's see if I can get through the first sentence now. "I have substantially understated my assets in the financial statements, not overstated them, as the corrupt AG and judge said. Also, 100% disclaimer clause, no default, no victims, no complaints, no nothing." He put nothing in quotation marks for some reason. "Except for success from the banks and everyone else. The judge fraudulently stated that Mar-a-Lago was worth only $18 million in order to make his fake case. He, the AG, and crooked Joe Biden should be the ones under investigation, not me. Election interference. MAGA 2024. Now, his own people have already said that the $18 million valuation of Mar-a-Lago was correct. Donald Trump is basing it off of a property appraisal that took place down there in Palm Beach County, where there's already a bit of a scandal in all properties in that area being overstated in value by the property appraisers to make the area look more affluent than it actually is. So that's a scandal in and of itself that's, kind of unfolding down there in South Florida. But even Trump's people, when that happened, they were like, no, like this isn't accurate. You're way overstating the value of Mar-a-Lago. So he's lying about the value of Mar-a-Lago. The judge did get it right. He is basically peeing himself because he is so terrified of what's going to happen here. Because he's either going to have to put, at least some large portion of the $350 million verdict against him into an escrow account if he wants to appeal it, and he says he will. So he has to put some of that money in actual cash into the escrow account, or he could file for bankruptcy. So either way, you're going to lose a lot of money here. There's nothing you can do to not have to liquidate some assets in order to even appeal this. And if you lose on appeal, you're going to have to liquidate a hell of a lot more to actually pay the penalty. But I think another thing Trump may be freaking out about is because everybody knows he's a fraud now. Everybody. I know his base isn't going to buy into it. Those people, it wouldn't matter what he did. But those swing voters out there, those people kind of on the fence, like, oh, well, Biden's old. He's 81 years old. But this guy just got hit with a massive fraud verdict because he lied to everyone about everything. I'm going to go with the old guy over the guy that is now, according to the courts, a fraudster. So that could be the big thing that Donald Trump's freaking out about. I think it is mostly about the money, but I promise you, once we start getting new polls that have been conducted after this verdict came out, we're going to see a pretty big swing in favor of Biden.